Hello students, welcome to this video. In this video, I will discuss the poem Virtue by George Herbert. George Herbert was a poet, orator and priest of the Church of England. His poetry is associated with the writings of the metaphysical poets and is recognized as one of the foremost British devotional lyricists. His notable works are The Temple, The Country Parson and Jacula Prudentum. Let's read the poem. Sweet day, so cool, so calm, so bright, the bridal of the earth and sky. The dew shall weep thy fall tonight, for thou must die. Sweet rose, whose hue angry and brave, bids the rash gazer wipe his eye. Thy roots is ever in its grave, and thou must die. Sweet spring, full of sweet days and roses, a box where sweets compacted lie. My music shows ye have your closes, and all must die. Only a sweet and virtuous soul, like seasoned timber, never gives. But though the whole world turn to coal, then chiefly lives. The poem Virtue is a didactic poem. It teaches us that virtue is supreme and superlasting. In the world of impermanence, beautiful things and beauty itself is subject to decay. But a virtuous soul remains unchanged through all eternity. All the beautiful things in nature, like day, rose, and spring, are subject to die. So, in this stanza, the poet is addressing the day. So, he says, Sweet day, so cool, so calm, so bright, the bridal of the earth and sky. The sweet day, it is cool, calm, and bright. In its liveliness, in its brightness, or in its loveliness, it brings the earth and sky together. The dew shall weep thy fall tonight, for thou must die. The day must come to an end with the passing of time. At the nightfall, dew will weep for it, because the day will die or it will come to an end in the evening. So, the day is personified as, as the bridal of the earth and sky, and dew is personified as the mourner who will weep for it, as they will die at the nightfall. Sweet rose, whose hue means color, angry and brave. Angry means bright red color, brave means splendid blue. Whose hue angry and brave, bids means asking. The rash gazer means onlooker, wipe his eyes. Thy root is ever in its grave, and thou must die. The speaker speaks of lovely and delightful rose. Its bright red color and splendid look dazzles the eyes of onlooker. So the rose seems to be asking the onlooker to wipe the tears from his eyes, as it knows that it must fade away and die, because its root is ever in its grave. Herbert continues to connect the beauty of nature with impermanence. So he is connecting the beauty of nature with impermanence, that nothing is permanent here. As any sweet thing must die over time and loses its beauty. Like the day, rose is an emblem of splendor. It is sweet like day, saturated with color and graced with magnificence. As with the day, so with the rose, despite the living splendor, death awaits. Thus, life and death are entwined, and death is ever present aspect of the life, as it is as the root of the rose is ever in its grave. So it knows it will come to an end and it will die. Sweet spring, full of sweet days and roses, a box where sweets compacted lie. The spring is pictured here being full of sweet days and colorful and fragrant flowers. And it is compared to a box full of sweets to denote the sweetness and beauty of the season. The poet asserts that the spring, with its color, fragrance, and music, is destined to die. My music shows means my poetic verse. Ye have your closes. The poetic verse, like everything else depicted so far, must come to an end. And all must die. Everything will come to an end and nothing is permanent. Only a sweet and virtuous soul like seasoned timber never gives. But though the whole world turn to coal, then chiefly lives. Only a sweet and virtuous soul. In this quatrain, the speaker presents the image of an eternal soul. So that's why he uses only with sweet and virtuous soul. Through metaphoric explanation, the speaker says that a seasoned timber cannot be burnt or changed into coal. Therefore, it never surrendered to corrosion. Similarly, the virtuous soul remained unchanged in spite of the passage of time. Though the whole world turned to coal, though the whole world turn to coal means it will be destroyed completely. So whole world will be destroyed completely. Then chiefly lives. Chiefly lives means the soul will remain alive. It will remain alive when whole world will come to an end and it will be destroyed. So this entire poem, which all along warned of death, shows the way in which Harvard believes that he and his reader may achieve eternal life. So through virtues, we can make our soul eternal and permanent. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video.